Your communications minister Sam George, and I ran to Sam George, you know. And a communications minister, Ghana Kodimasi. One of the things are Naganian youth is who pa and pimpim a data. Into data, no, we've been crying since and a data no data anyway. Some know can say there's a new update as Sam George share boy which you say data prices no. What it is to say effectively, no, or say yeah, Juma from the first, I could see the first, no. It's all data prices, no, who say reduce here. 51st of July, I could see the 1st of July 2025. Nadia. Now, Popombe wa drum and the auto data now boom say as what issue. And no, and none channel. When it comes to YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, any other platforms monetizations now me no me any na dia dance say ekopie mum ewo abrofo ekuru ahodo so no eye yechire musa abrochire honom no a western countries ni mu a data no omo use no different from ye di ebisi VPN ebisi den ni nyina mu no wo mu chire mu se internet ne so no apps ahodo nyina no monetizations western world no very easy, especially TikTok obi o use TikTok US no say nipa kro no wotimi monetize account no ma content o create wo so nyina no ne kakra wan ne nsaka obaga na kodium a your content creators bebre kodium a adwuma no yenye bi nye enu nti no most of the youth no other content creators say a lot of them are very good at it. Content creators wo kodium a yeka semi mo bobia because I'm a Juliet mebo Juliana I'm watching Edin first and a lot of them are yehu social media so especially on TikTok. When you adwuma a wo ye no obi te sa santoa say kurapodo enya brochire no kopie ya kama for say ontimi monetize account no Ghana eno na Sam Jetta George say adekora ma ye feel no ne say he's an able man or a bema one since you months or ham nis you won see answer or ham no or the appeal communication ministry one on TikTok and social media apps I hold for no and manager CEOs any ko fire by phone you be share na or share your boss say monetization no yes abeka e was Penex Plus so ni yentie sa abra na Sam George pense mu e de magana for
update. I'm pleased to confirm that the Data Cost Reduction Committee's mandate has yielded clear results. On July 1st, 2025, all mobile network operators implemented revised mobile data tariffs, significantly increasing data volumes at current price points, but effectively dropping the price of data. These adjustments followed detailed technical negotiations with the MNOs and reflect a consensus-based approach to digital affordability. This reform marks a major milestone in our commitment to make digital access affordable and equitable for all Ghanaians. Let me be clear, I made a promise to reduce the cost of data, and we have effectively achieved that starting on the 1st, 2 days ago. Let me once again salute the NCA and the management of the NCA for the work that they did with the ministry in ensuring that even challenges that we experienced on day one were quickly dealt with, and by yesterday, everybody on all three networks were able to buy the data. So once again, to the NCA leadership, thank you very much. Under the new structure, mobile users now receive significantly more data for the same price as follows. On MTN, all mobile bundles, irrespective of price, have increased by 15%. Telecel and Airtel, all mobile bundles, irrespective of price, have increased by 10%. And then for the high-use bundles, especially used by those in the gig economy, those who do remote work, and those who are content creators, we have restored MTN's 399 Ghana CD bundle, which used to offer 92 gig to 214 gigabyte now. Telecel's 400 CD gig bundle now offers 250 gigabytes instead of 190 gigabyte. And Airtel Tigo is also offering 250 gigabytes in place of the 195 gigabyte previously offered. These reductions were the result of a broader reform package we introduced in Q1, which included a spectrum review that freed up additional bandwidth to reduce congestion and tower operator costs. new licensing conditions that tied spectrum awards to consumer pricing commitments, and thirdly, direct regulatory engagement with telcos, which led to consensus on fair pricing aligned with global affordability benchmarks. Let me be clear, the ministry is engaged with the International Telecoms Union on further studies on the cost of data vis-a-vis the earning power of Ghanaians. And when that study is completed, we'll share the findings with the MNOs, and if it warrants further price reductions, we will achieve and demand same for the Ghanaian people. Of passports in some instances. And this is simply because citizens fail to realize that if you register for a passport using a Goro boy, and he uses his phone number to make the application, when the passport is processed and handed over to Ghana Post will call the number on the application. Now that number is going to be the number of the Goro boy. When the delivery person gets to that individual and the Goro boy shows his identity, his location, when we dispatch the passport and it gets to the delivery point, the individual must show us identity that matches the photograph on the passport. So when you use a Goro boy and his number is what we call, and we get to deliver and it is a Goro boy, we will not hand over the passport to a third party. Those passports are returned. And these same people now go online and complain that their passports are not being delivered. It's a criminal offense for you to use a Goro boy to apply for a passport. The process, as designed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is efficient, it is swift, and it works. The delivery system put in place by Ghana Post is robust, is efficient, and effective. And so you do not need to use a Goro boy. Another challenge we have is when delivery men call recipients of their passports. They pick and then say, I'm at work, so I'll call you back. And you call the delivery person at 8 p.m. that you are now home. He should come and deliver the passports to you. We don't keep the passports with the delivery people. When he's unable to deliver to you, he will return it. And so we urge the public to appreciate the nuances of a digital delivery system, that the integrity of the system is dependent on us being sure that we can ascertain who we are delivering the passports to, and that for us to do timely deliveries, you need to work with the postal services as they get to you to deliver. But if you don't do this and then you go online and go and tag the Minister for Foreign Affairs and say that he's not doing his work, anyway, engagement with PayPal to ensure full access to its service for Ghanaian users. As of June 2025, PayPal's regional government relations team has issued Ghana a compliance roadmap outlining the technical, regulatory, and financial standards required for whitelist reinstatement. The ministry is working closely with the Bank of Ghana and other key stakeholders to fulfill these conditions and to ensure PayPal also meets the necessary requirements to operate in Ghana. In line with this, I was on a call with the governor of the Bank of Ghana yesterday, trying to streamline all the regulatory issues, and I'm sure that in the next couple of weeks, before I do my next quarterly briefing, I should have good news on PayPal integration in Ghana. 13, TikTok engagement. As part of efforts to promote a safe, vibrant, and inclusive digital creative economy, I met with TikTok's West African Government Relations team on the 26th of June. Our discussions focused on enforcing age restrictions, safeguarding minors, and promoting responsible content development. And at this point, let me just pause and say that I'm deeply concerned about some of the content on TikTok. Life, sex, and explicit material on TikTok is completely unacceptable and against our culture and our norms. And those were parts of the conversation I held with TikTok's team to have content moderation in country. But the cybersecurity authorities mandated to do constant surveillance of TikTok platforms and accounts in country that are engaged in content that is anti our culture, and not appropriate, and work with the platform operator to take down those accounts and block the owners of those accounts from operating on those platforms. The ministry also welcomed TikTok's introduction of a STEM-focused content feed and encouraged strong alignment with national programs, particularly the 1 Million Coders Initiative. I also urged TikTok to ensure fair compensation for Ghana's content creators, and I proposed the establishment of a local moderation and content governance team to reflect Ghana's values, our culture, and protect human user rights and support national regulatory expectations. Number 14, our engagements with MultiChoice Ghana on subscription pricing. Last week, I invited the senior leadership of MultiChoice Ghana to a formal dialogue on DSTV's subscription pricing in Ghana. The meeting addressed public concerns about affordability, value for money, and fairness in service delivery. I made it clear the ministry's expectation that pricing structures must be responsive to Ghana's economic context. I have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow, Friday, even though it's a public holiday, with the Ghana team and their South African counterparts, the management from South Africa. They arrived tonight to agree on a way forward on the issues raised. The outcomes will be shared with the public in due course. This engagement reflects our commitment to regulatory accountability and our resolve to ensure that digital services in Ghana remain fair, accessible, and responsive to the needs of citizens. I make you one promise. I won't leave tomorrow's meeting without securing a drop in the pricing of DSTV. That is a solemn promise I make to you. 15, stakeholder engagements. The ministry continues to place stakeholder engagements at the center of policy and program implementation. These engagements are essential to shaping responsive policy, unlocking investment, and ensuring inclusive national participation in our digital transformation agenda. To buttress this, I have engaged in quarterly industry engagements which have been institutionalized between the telecom CEOs, infrastructure providers, and the regulator. We've also embarked on ministerial ecosystem tours where we visited companies like Shack Express, IT Consortium, Apps and Mobile, Grow for Me, and a number of other local innovators. These engagements offered a platform for feedback and collaboration, and they reinforced our commitment to policy clarity, investment incentives, and infrastructure support. I've also embarked on regional innovation promotions when, in May, I addressed the MEPSIS 2025 Summit in Kumasi under the Mensia Trust Fund, which focused on motion technology, smart media, and creative entrepreneurship. This platform allowed us to showcase government-backed digital initiatives outside of Accra, promoting regional innovation and ensuring nationwide inclusion in Ghana's digital growth. 16, strategic partnership for skills and sector reform. The ministry continues to leverage public, private, and bilateral partnerships